Ida for telling my Sil that she upstaged me at my wedding. I, 30F, recently got married to Matt, 30. Matt has a stepsister, Tiffany, 28F. I have met her less than 10 times in the 5 years I dated Matt, as she doesn't live nearby and is not close to my husband. However, she was invited to our wedding. I should mention that Tiffany is very attractive. She is pretty, with a currently fashionable body type. She also dresses well and spends money on her appearance. This is well known, and even though I've only met her a few times, whenever she is brought up by my in-laws, she always mentioned as being very invested in her image. I don't begrudge her this at all. The ceremony went fine, but afterwards, while my in-laws were congratulating me, my Phil commented that I looked beautiful, and in the next breath mentioned Tiffany did, too. His wife got his eye and shook her head, but I ignored it. When Tiffany came over to say congratulations, she looked stunning. Her dress was beautiful and fitted her perfectly. Her hair and makeup looked like they'd been done professionally, and she was wearing a pair of obviously designer shoes. Her outfit was totally appropriate for the event, but I was still weirdly upset by how she looked and immediately felt self-conscious next to her. Even Matt told her she looked great, and they rarely talk. For the rest of the night, every single male guest at the wedding asked about Tiffany, who she was, how I know her, if she was single, etc. By the speeches, I was fed up and almost in tears, and even the best man mentioned her in his speech off the cuff. I let it go, went on my honeymoon, and tried to forget the whole thing. We came back about a week ago, and this past weekend had dinner with my in-laws. Tiffany was visiting, and we learned that she had got engaged. She showed us her comically large ring and said she was planning to have the wedding next year and that it would be a black tie event. Before I could stop myself, I jokingly said that I was pretty sure I'd already been to her wedding. I was the one in the white dress. She asked what I meant, and I thought there was no point in lying, so I just admitted I felt she upstaged me at my wedding. She left and said you can't upstage a bride. I asked if I could wear white to her wedding then, and she shrugged and said if you think it'll help. She then apologized if I felt her outfit was inappropriate. My in-laws moved the conversation on and we went on with dinner. When we got home, my husband blew up on me, saying I embarrassed him by being petty and jealous of Tiffany. He said he doesn't even like her, but even he knows she can't do anything about what she looks like or the clothes she can afford, and I made myself look bitter and childish, and him by association. I admit it wasn't my best moment, but I thought he would at least understand how I felt given that he heard everyone's comments that night. He's demanding I apologize to Tiffany and his parents, but I don't think I said anything that heinous. Ida comments, what a classy, confident woman Tiff must be to react to such a petty, jealous attack with such a smooth shutdown and follow it up with an apology despite being wholly unnecessary. If you weren't busy feeling threatened by her, you could learn a thing or two. Hell, I'd love to learn a thing or two from her. I want to date Tiffany I get it. Everyone was asking about her at your big day, and that's frustrating, and it's okay to feel frustrated at the people doing it, but how is that Tiffany's fault? She was there for you guys. She didn't wear a white dress. She wore something classy, shoes she liked, and looked as she likes to. It is not her fault, and I find it crazy that is that jealous over Tiffany. Let the woman live up. You're married. Why are you even upset? There's plenty of women I find prettier than me, but I don't feel bad about it. Plenty of people love me and tell me I'm beautiful to them, including the most important person, my partner. Only his opinion and mine really matter. If I think someone's prettier than me, I just tell them that I think they are beautiful. I have a friend who dresses incredibly well. Her makeup and hair are always flawless, and her outfits and accessories are always immaculate. At my wedding, she looked amazing and appropriate, and numerous people commented to me on her outfit. Heck, we got married years ago, and sometimes people still mention her outfit or the girl with the awesome dress. It never occurred to me to be jealous or feel upstaged. People still definitely knew it was my wedding, and my fashionable friend loved my dress. I feel bad for but she needs to work on her self-confidence. Ida for confirming that my wife comes in second place. My daughter is 14, The divorce between me and her mom is still an open one, but we try our best to make everything feel as normal as possible with the split. I remarried to my wife Ela. My daughter is mean, but she does not view her as a mom, which is okay. As long as she's respectful, which she is. They do plenty together, they go out, took an interest in cooking together, watching shows together, etc. I've told Ela to be patient with my daughter. If something is wrong, I'd expect her to come to me and I will talk with my daughter and make sure we resolve the issue. But as far as the harsh parts of parenting, that's up to me. So the other day, my daughter came to me saying she wanted to go to her mother's. I asked why she did because she looked upset. She said to ask my wife. I called her mom and she said she'd pick her up but hasn't heard any issues from my daughter. My daughter's birthday is coming up. We are doing a quiz for her. She's very excited. So Ela went to my daughter, saying that she wanted to have a quiz just with us, meaning without her mother or her family. When my daughter said she wanted her mom there, especially because of how big of a deal this is. And Ela was pretty much trying to force the issue and telling her that she can do one here and just as big. My daughter asked why she's trying to leave her mom out of such an important event. And Ela got mad at her for that and accused her of being bratty, and if she wants her mom so bad she should go there. I was so confused because, what the f***? What argument even is that? First of all, there's a reason she went behind my back and told my daughter. Second of all, she's not my kid's mother. And the more she tried to replace her, the more my daughter will resent her. Third of all, she's never welcome to insult my daughter because of her issues, and I don't know where and why she thought this would fly. I told her this, and her argument was that she wanted to be noticed by my daughter and why I care so little about her feelings. I told her my daughter notices her. They go out in girls' days weekly. They go out, watch movies together, etc. My daughter has been plenty inviting to her. Frankly, I'm surprised at how well she's opened up to her, but now she will have to earn her trust back. She again asked why I keep taking my daughter's side and not meeting her in the middle. I told her she's wrong here. Simple as that. I could have if she didn't do it like this. I told her that if she expects me to turn on my daughter, she's out of her mind, and my daughter comes first in any situation. She started crying and accused me and saying she's in second place, to which I confirmed. I would never want her to put me over a kid. She left and now isn't speaking to me. I've asked my daughter if this behavior was consistent. She said that she feels like Ela makes it a point to not talk about her mom, but nothing this extreme. Comments. Up. Thank you, sincerely. From a kid who was always put after the abusive stepparents' needs and desires. Thank you. Sticking up for your kid was the best thing you could have done in that situation. You're doing your job as a parent by protecting your kid and putting them first. If you weren't nasty about it and you weren't degrading to your wife, then the message was correct. The child should come first in relationships such as this. However, you now need to do your job as a husband and get to the bottom of your wife's feelings and motives. It seems like she views your daughter's mother as competition, which is not uncommon in stepparents, but is still a bad situation to allow to continue. The bottom line is that your wife needs to stop trying to exclude your daughter's mother and needs to form her own connection with her instead. She's basically trying to replace your ex-wife in your daughter's life, and is using guilt-tripping and gaslighting tactics to do so against both your daughter and you. You need to set boundaries, go over everyone's concerns and feelings, and get things sorted so your household doesn't become a toxic hellhole. I just don't get it. The kids, 14, they already have a mother. Just be happy being friends with them. Step-parents are so weird sometimes. No, that's not his job as a husband. His job is to protect his child. Ila's job is to get her ass to therapy and work out her own feelings.